go wrong when now it's dark?
Hey everybody, welcome to Now It's Dark. I'm Jim. I just watched a movie on Tubi. It's called American Werewolf. It's only 1 hour and 7 minutes. And you know what? That's like chef's kiss for a lot of Tubi movies. It's a 2024 film. It's labeled as a horror, and we're going to get to that in a minute. It was written and directed by Rob Roy, and it's about Sheriff Sam Anderson determined to capture a savage killer in the tranquil town of Pine Grove. Discovers a shocking truth: the vicious werewolf he hunts may be closer than he ever imagined. Very gripping, very, very cool. Poster looks incredible. I wish this werewolf had appeared in the movie. So, starring, and there's a lot of IMDb credits that I am going to read that don't have any pictures with them. So, again, hard to not, without the little list of who's who. But Sam, the sheriff, is played by Russell Sage Patrick. His deputy James is played by Aaron Crocker. We have a reoccurring character that comes in and out of the movie, uh, played by Mandy Rivera. She's Nadia Mandy Rivera, and she is a news reporter, and she says her name so fast. She really did kind of nail the small town news reporter thing, although this movie extremely low budget, so you can't kind of shit on like equipment and location very much, because they definitely were using what they had available to them. We have a character named Jordan Miller who was from Washington and was wearing a badge. So I think they were implying, or they might have even said that she was FBI. She was played by Whitney Richardson, and at first I thought she looked familiar when she comes into the movie. Her character isn't really around too long. Um, and then we had a character named Raven, and they only name him Raven on this. Oh, Raven Nevermore. Raven Nevermore. Yes. Insert all your, uh, you know, memes here. Raven Nevermore, and they even make fun of it in the movie as well. He was played by Dale Coleman, and he's somewhat of a YouTuber, paranormal investigator. Um, so yeah, so this is a werewolf movie. It says it right in the title, right? Yeah, kind of. This was not as much of a horror. I almost want to say dark comedy, but I think the comedy was almost accidental. I think this is accidentally more comedic than it was meant. And it appeared that most scenes were a one take scene. It was, let's shoot this take and that's going to be it. However, it turns out this is what we're using for the film based on budget and time. And I get that. And the script seemed like potentially it might have been a lot of notebook pages with some beginning conversation lines given to the actors before they shot the scene, but also with the, okay, after you say your line, you say this line, but then we need you to keep talking for 5 more minutes. So take those one lines I gave each of you, drag them out for 5 minutes. And that took away from me. At some points, people broke character altogether, laughed, which was good. I mean, they were having fun. That's good. But the story doesn't really flow super well. There were some things that occurred either in editing or just bad dialogue, kind of where they slipped and said a few things that kind of give away, if you're kind of paying attention, the big reveal. Um, they do try to do a couple of red herrings of who the werewolf could be. When Raven Nevermore is introduced, we get to see one of his videos and goes into detail into the falsehoods of the common lore of werewolves, where they don't have to be affected by moonlight and this and that. But then the movie kind of ignores all of that because every time there was going to be a werewolf killing where we were shown like a full moon. And so I don't know, because they just explained that you don't need the full moon. Um, and I don't know, the story was just kind of lacking. It was just a little flat throughout. Definitely not enough visual of the werewolf. We do get a full body werewolf by the end of the movie. Finally, we get a transformation scene that was ridiculously like bad. It was ridiculously bad. I don't even want to spoil it because it was just kind of shocking. Um, and then you get the final reveal, and it is going to be maybe not what everybody is expecting. And there's also a cliffhanger ending. So there is a body count. The effects are for almost 90% are all like practical effects. There are some CGI moments in it. It's unavoidable with this story and budget. But if you have, like, I really was, I watch horror movies year round. I don't just do it with Halloween coming or being here. I watch it year round. But the Halloween season and the fall does start to direct my movie tastes more into like monster, werewolf in particular, and slasher films. And then the rest of the year, I kind of go a little highbrow with the elevated horror and things of that nature. And I guess I was looking for a little bit more from this, but I also know that I watched it on Tubi for free, and it was only 100 minutes. So I'm glad it wasn't any longer. It really struggles at times to keep a good pace for us. But with that being said, watch it at your own risk. And if you've seen it or want to see a current werewolf movie, go to Tubi and then come back here. Let me know your thoughts if you watch this movie. That's going to do it for American Werewolf, not Canadian Werewolf. Even though maybe let me scroll down here. Let me see if it says where they shot this film. Country of origin is United States. It doesn't say where it was filmed. Oh, it had a $2 budget. Okay, so there you go. Yeah, that's going to do it for today's review. Thanks for checking in. Keep checking back for more great stuff.